Hey guys, Ultramaximus back with another Transformers review. This time we're going to take a look at a Transformers Generations figure. Whole new line came out, so kind of cool. The 30th anniversary generation figures, which was about a year early, because it won't be the 30th until the year 2014. But nonetheless, the first one that we're going to take a look at is Orion Pax. And yeah, so I really wasn't sure if I was going to get this guy. I saw him online. I saw him on FullMetal.com. I saw him on FullMetalHero.com. I also seen this guy on TFW 2005 and just, various shots around the web from like BotCon and such. And I was like, I'm not really that interested in the figure. But then I got to look at it in the store, and I got to say, I really do like the sculpt. I really appreciate the head sculpt. So this is a totally new figure, I believe. New design, and yeah, it looks pretty darn cool. So look at the package like we usually do, talk about it, talk about the character, and then we'll talk about the robot and the vehicle mode. So here's the actual package. And what's cool about this series of figures, they come with a comic book from IDW, which is very cool. Definitely digging that. However, the artwork for that one is just atrocious. I don't like it. I really don't, unfortunately. So here he is in the package. We've got this cool little 30th anniversary logo. Down here at the bottom, Orion Pax. He's an Autobot. And he's got this really cool looking axe. And he's got Optimus Prime's gun. Spoiler. So kind of cool. The truck mode, so far, I'm not too terribly impressed with. We'll take a look at it and see what we think. This is Series 2 of the Generations figures. Number 2, he is, of course, an Autobot. Not really much on that side. Underneath, you can also pick up Bumblebee and Megatron. Now, I'm going to tell you, Megatron really looked unimpressive. It just a dark stealth bomber, which they are really digging the stealth bomber right now for some reason in this line of toys. And the Bumblebee figure is the IDW version, essentially, and it just looks cheap. The plastic looks thin, the yellow, there's something about it. It looked really cheap. I just didn't like it, and I'm not going to pick it up because of that. So it's unfortunate. I was looking forward to that figure. However, this one has really kind of caught my interest. Back of the package, so here's what he looks like. There are his tech specs. Strength way down low, which is not surprising. He is intelligent, obvious. Speed, endurance, rank, courage is up there. Fire blast is like nothing. And then there's his skill is pretty high. So pretty darn cool. Here is the bio. If you want to pause and read that, you can. Essentially what it breaks down to is Orion Pax, if you didn't know, is Optimus Prime before he becomes Optimus Prime. The character was introduced in the G1 cartoon. The aerial bots run into him. Megatron basically blows him and Elita 1 up. Good old Alpha Trion rebuilds him into Optimus Prime and ends up becoming the leader of the Autobots. Well, in the IDW, actually the Dreamwave comics, and IDW kind of took this along with it. Orion Pax was a librarian, essentially. He was a document archivist, I think is what they called it. He was a data cruncher, a historical document cruncher. So he was pretty much a bookworm. And they kind of kept that. That has stayed with the character. The original G1 cartoon, he was a dock worker. He like loaded boxes and stuff, and yeah. So is what it is. But what's really cool about this, two things I really do like. His face sculpt does look like it could be Optimus Prime. We'll get a better picture once it's outside of the package. The other thing is he's got the axe, which Optimus Prime has in the G1 cartoon, and his weapon is very, very Optimus Prime-like, which is very cool. Definitely digging that. And they never mention Optimus Prime on the bio, which I really like for some reason. So pretty cool. So there he is in package. Let's get this guy out of package, see what we think of the robot. All right, so here we have Orion Pax out of the package, and he's looking really cool. I do dig him. I want to come back to him for a second because I want to talk about the comic book real quick. So here's the comic book out of the package, and I'm going to say that this thing is difficult to get out of the package without tearing it up. Unfortunately, mine's got a little nick in it, but it wasn't from me opening it. It was just in shipping, in transit. So it is an IDW comic book. There's nothing on the back. It's just got the Hasbro and IDW logos. Really god awful artwork. I'm just not impressed with that. That's kind of sad. The book is actually a reprint of an existing IDW book about Orion Pax, which is fine. It's kind of cool that they gave the comic book away. I think that's very cool. We got this nice end picture of him there, which is kind of nice. Probably one of my favorite bits in this book. Wheeljack actually rebuilds him. Alpha Trion is in the story, but Wheeljack redoes the body. And he's like, what happened to my lucky faceplate? And he's like, oh, it's over there, just a faceplate. And he's like, yeah, but I liked it. It moved when I talked. And they're like, oh, mouths are really in right now, which is kind of funny. That's kind of I think, a nod to the Bayformers movies with Optimus with a mouth. So I thought that was kind of a cute, tongue-in-cheek sort of deal. And this is a decent comic. I've owned this comic before, so nothing too terribly special there. Basically, how he comes around to be. Now, the one thing that is kind of cool, because this is the IDW version, essentially, of Orion Pax, the vehicle mode is the same that's in the comic. We do have a shot with Orion that has a trailer, so he looks very much like Rodimus Prime to me for some reason here. I'd like to see that trailer. It's unfortunate he didn't come with a trailer. Why they didn't make this a Voyager style where it's got this figure and the trailer, that would have been really cool. Maybe we'll get to see that in the future. Another reuse of the mold. So, yeah. So there's that. He does have this really awesome little battle axe, very detailed. I love the translucent orange, reddish-orange plastic. He obviously can hold it in his hand here with his weapon. The other cool thing is he's got these two tires back here, and you can kind of use it as a little holder so he could hold the little battle axe. So that's kind of cool. Really dig that. The gun. This is awesome. This is probably one of the best Optimus Prime style weapons that they've actually produced. Why he's got such a low fire blast with a nasty looking weapon like that, I just don't know. So definitely digging this gun, and I'm going to have to see if this will fit on any of my other Optimus Prime figures. So it's pretty darn cool. Figure itself, here it is, out of package. I dig it. I really do. I love the head sculpt on it. Looks fantastic. Probably one of the best original sculpts I've seen in a while. He is a very articulated figure. His knees, hip joints, of course, his feet are there. His waist moves, his head moves. Arms go up and down. And then we got this little ratchet joint there, and his hands even move, but that's mainly for transformation, but they do move, so you can get some really, really nice poses out of this guy. Very cool. Probably one of my more favorite Generations figures thus far, so definitely pleased with him. The only drawback is, if you look on the back of the head, it was built for light piping, but then they painted the eyes blue, which I don't mind the eyes being painted blue. It's just a shame that they didn't put clear blue plastic in there for the light piping. I think that would have been a little bit cooler, but what do I know? I just buy the toys. Other cool things. I love the yellow little fog lights up here and the little yellow markings, very much of the G1 Optimus Prime figure. Love the Autobot logo that is actually below the glass or the plastic there. And the yellow accents here are very, very nice. Very cool stuff. So also, where his tires are gone, we've got really nice detail. It's actually molded in hydraulics, which is really cool. I mean, all around, this is a great figure. Like I said, I was totally going to ignore this figure until I saw it in package. I picked it up and instantly fell in love with it. So kudos on the robot mode. I'm very impressed with it so far. Let's get it into the vehicle mode and see what we think of that. All right, so here we have Orion Pax in his vehicle mode, and it's okay. It's rather small, which I would expect for Orion Pax, I suppose. It's kind of got a 50s truck look kind of thing going on with it. That's okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, just kind of, it's there. I could see this being redone as Cup easily. We got the Autobot logo still in the window, which I wish that was a little bit different, but is what it is kind of deal, I suppose. I do like the blue up there. We got painted headlights. I always love that. The side of the vehicle, we've got this kind of, it looks like an extra little wheel in there, which is kind of interesting. The actual wheels themselves are pretty cool. They've got some interesting detail on them. I don't know if this camera will pick it up any. Pretty decent. I don't particularly care for that through piece there, but oh well, it is what it is. We get these weird vents, wing-looking things up here. I'm not sure what that's all about. And then the back of the thing, kind of so-so. But all in all, pretty decent. I really would like to see them come up with something that can hitch to it to give it that trailer. I think that would really round this vehicle out quite a bit. So there he is, Orion Pax. Definitely a cool figure. If you're an Optimus Prime fan, you're going to want to pick this up. If you're a Orion Pax fan, you're going to want to pick this up because they haven't made too many versions of this character. I know there's a BotCon version, and then there's this guy, and this guy is superior for sure. So definitely dig him because I think the original BotCon was just a repaint of the G1 Cup. So if you find him, definitely pick him up. I think he's worth the $12, $13 that he's out there for. And, you know, he's going to look good with the rest of your Optimus Prime crew. So thanks for watching, guys, and look for more videos in the future.